Shooters Connection offers products for competition shooters by competition shooters. With over 80 years of combined competition shooting experience, Shooters Connection is staffed by master and grandmaster shooters who live the shooting sports every day. We offer same-day shipping. Shooters Connection also sponsors over 100 of your matches every single year. So when it comes to finding everything you need to compete as a beginner or a seasoned grandmaster, Shooters Connection is the only name you need to know. Online at shootersconnectionstore.com.
All right, welcome back. This is the Hip Factor Podcast. We have Jeffrey Cawthon. What's your middle name, Jeff?
David.
Jeffrey David Cawthon. We have Tater French Fry. And myself, Jeremy Curtis Reid.
Your middle name's Curtis?
Yep.
Do you mind if I call you Kurt?
Yeah.
I probably won't respond because that would seem weird, but...
How about
I
Tiss?
might never call you Jeremy again.
Okay. I mean, if you want to call me what, like my high school, I just had my 20th year high school reunion because, wow, I'm old. But got to hang out with a couple of buddies that I hadn't seen like since my wedding, like 15 years. So that was kind of cool, but I kind of forgot that my high school nickname was Germ, just Jerm. And so that's what everybody called me. So I'll answer to that. It was never thought of as like germ, like a germ, like an infection or something like that. We also have on the podcast this fly that's flying around my face and I can't get rid of it. So, that'll be part of it.
Did anybody ever call you Worm?
So not totally, but so my first car was a 1988 Suburban, which let me tell you, like driving like your first
classy.
Driving a car, like your first car is a 1988 Suburban and trying to park that in high school parking lots. Like there's not the easiest car in the world. That thing was a boat.
You must be a master parallel
like,
parker, though.
Yeah, your parking lot was like a gravel yard, right?
No.
Oh.
No. Had a legit parking lot.
I just assumed.
We were a decent sized high school. Like I had like 205 or so students in my class, graduating class. It's like 800 in the high school. So we're decent sized. But so that car was called the Wormy Dog.
Germ's worm.
Yeah, the Wormy Dog. The funny story about that is it wasn't long after I had gotten my driver's license. I was driving it. We had a tennis tournament and we had to be up at the school super early. And the way the parking lot, our tennis court, like there was kind of just a single lane of parking and the bus would pull up behind the car so we could load in. So we get there, I get there early, like I'm there before the bus. So I'm sitting there waiting in the car, because obviously it's Suburban. So everybody just piles in my car with the, heater going, waiting for people to get there. So, finally 15 minutes later, the bus gets there. We pile out of it. We get on the bus. And I can't remember I think I got a phone call because I think I did have a cell phone at the time, probably like one of those like Casios, like the bricks that were indestructible. I think I got a phone call like partway through. Hey, did you know that your car's still running? Like, would you like us to try to turn it off or something? I was like, yeah, that would probably be good. And I don't know how they got in it, but it was out of gas. I think it just ran till it ran out of gas. And then had his parents brought a spare key or something. But plenty of people volunteered to go with me to fill up a gas tank, so that like a gas can, so that I could, because they thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I still think it's like, dude, like everybody was in my car. I was distracted. I couldn't hear the Suburban because the bus was directly behind me, so I couldn't hear it. So I thought it was perfectly plausible, but they all think it's a great story. I don't know if it's a good story.
I've never done that, so it's pretty good.
Well, you probably never went to high school tennis tournaments.
Though there was, the other day, we had like a swim party deal here in town. And one of the lifeguards that had been running this show, like she ran the pool all day, and then we had the swim party after hours, so it was like 6 to 8 or something.
Mm-hmm.
She got off her shift at 8 o'clock and realized that her car had been running since she started her shift. Been running all day. And it was like parked right outside the pool, like right outside the fence over there.
Wow.
Yes. And then she like ran out there like it was about to blow up to turn it off. I'm like, it's been running for 8 hours. It's probably fine.
Couple extra seconds ain't gonna make a difference. Did she have enough gas to go to a gas station?
I don't know. I didn't talk to her. We were leaving.
Oh, not your problem, huh?
Right.
It looks like she was in trouble, so Jeff bundled up the kids and the wife and got out of there as quickly as he could before somebody asked him to help.
Exactly. I know how this works. All right, what are we doing, Jeremy?
So nationals are coming up from as we're recording. We're like 10 days out. It's going to be a good match. Jeff and I have a pretty bussin' house. I don't know if it's going to be as good as the barn we had in Nebraska, but I think it's going to be pretty good. So that's going to be fun. I think I may smoke a brisket before we go. I'm definitely going to smoke a couple packages of bacon so we have like breakfast ready to go. The house is a ways from the range. I think we're like a 45-minute drive to the range. So, and Jeff and I both have 2 a.m. starts. So that's for a couple nights, we're going to have to not party too late and get going early. So we'll have some bacon cooked up. Easy breakfast.
Towards Columbus or out in the middle of nowhere?
We are near Apple Valley Lake, which is in Howard, I think. Howard, Ohio. I don't actually know where Columbus is at in relation. So it was a house big enough for like 6 people is what I was looking for. So that seemed to fit.
And you guys got people on both schedules then staying there?
Yeah, we've got a couple guys that are Bob and Nils are both staying there. They're both super squad guys. And then the rest of us plebes are on the AM schedule. We're not cool like them, so we got to be on a different schedule. It's going to be a little bit of a challenging. I'm going to be a little bit cheap, and I don't want to pay for an extra hotel like Wednesday night. So Thursday is going to be an early day. I think it's 14 hours from my house-ish, and I got to get Jeff somewhere at some point, apparently, if I decide to. So we're gonna have to hit that early.
Hey, you can not pick him up, and you get to move up a place.
That's true. So yes, I did. So the video people can see. Like I did have an injury tonight. Jeff might have just moved up a spot at nationals because I don't know if I'll be able to perform really to my peak level. So we'll do what we can, but if Jeff ends up ahead of me, like we'll know why. Clearly, I was not at peak form due to injuries.
That's tough, man. That's tough, and something
it
to
is
think about. Trying to avoid
those
stupid little injuries, right?
Yeah.
It's
really tough. It's
Someone
tough.
told me the other day that Matt Frazier, when he was trying to win like his 4th or 5th CrossFit Games, like I guess he wouldn't use and this is totally like 4th party information. He like wouldn't use a steak knife or something because he didn't want to accidentally cut himself while he was training for this to win the CrossFit Championship, CrossFit Games. So I don't know. It's just that's the level of caution you need to take from here till nationals. All right.
Okay. I just won't work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick in for a pair of safety scissors, and we'll mail you the safety scissors, and you're gonna have to do all your smithing work with those little plastic edge safety scissors.
Yeah. Well, we'll do what we got to do. I need to win, so we'll do what we got to do. I don't want to have anything else. This is a big setback here. So, we do have nationals. We are doing predictions tonight. I love the predictions. I think they're fun. I don't know if everybody else does, but they are fun. So
Yeah, they are.
we'll get into those. Jeff also, we're going to talk about a little bit. Jeff shot limited at the Arkansas sectional. Was it sectional?
Yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit.
So we'll talk about that a little bit after we do our nationals predictions. We'll talk a little bit just how Jeff is feeling, how I'm feeling coming into nationals, any last second cramming that we're trying to do. And then Tater Tot, you got a moose hunt coming up.
I do.
Like, how far away is that?
It's the week you guys are shooting nationals.
Oh, okay. So
It's October 9th to the 14th, so
okay. So that's
right after.
We'll probably talk a little bit of moose hunting coming up. And
I'm spectacularly underprepared, so should be a good conversation.
That sounds like the best. Honestly, that's probably when you'll be successful, is when you're not prepared, you haven't put the time in, then all of a sudden, oh crap, I need to pack out 500 pounds of moose meat. This is going to be fun.
You're awfully optimistic on the number of topics we're going to cover tonight.
Oh, we got it. We got it quick. We're going to bang, bang, bang. I'm not going to get off topic.
Our predictions are going to go flying because we all agree. Right?
Yeah.
So we'll start with the most important division, limited optics, right?
Yeah. Maybe not. Is there even a limited optics super squad?
There's a quiet sort of one where they've added them to the women's super squad.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I mean, honestly, I think it's they probably added KC there to put KC there, and
right.
Anyway,
there's only like 4 dudes on that, so.
Yeah, I think a couple of the top finishers are probably on that squad, though.
Okay, so we're talking about limited optics. Let's get that out of the way. Look, if you're shooting limited optics at this match, you should be ashamed. Any sort of Title 1 does not count. It is not real. And so you can put it on your wall, you can put it on your Instagram, put it on your social media. I will not recognize it. I think it's fake. Because this is iron sight nationals, and limited optics does not use iron sights. So
you can, if you want to, you can put irons on your dot gun.
Well, the optic has to be there, so they have to be co-witness irons. So you can do that, but yeah. Who's recording this? Are you writing this down, Jeff?
I can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's do a follicle check real quick. My hair is still mostly there. Looks like it's there. Jeff,
Let's check this
potato.
out. Now that my hair
Just a pin.
You see this magical hairline? Like this.
Look at
this
that.
Is one reason that I hate hair anyway. So, my hairline on both sides of my head is completely different.
I was about to ask.
So this side, it kind of jets out a little bit and then comes back in. And this side, we got this hook.
What in the world is going on there?
And there's no jet out. It's just like it's a hook and then straight down. This side, hook out.
Wow, that's.
They almost match though. Like if we could just remove your forehead, the two sides could link up and form a continuous band of hair.
So for the listening audience,
we don't need more hair. We need less forehead.
Yeah. So for the listening audience, Jeff's hair kind of looks like what they think Pangea might look like. So how like the eastern coast of America kind of fits into the western coast of Africa and Europe and all that. And so that's where they think there was a single landmass at one point on the planet.
Supposedly we're headed back for that in about 250 million years.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think that's a little bit bogus personally, but whatever they think. But
I think it's very safe to make predictions about 200 million years in the future.
Yeah, for sure. We can predict all that. So it's kind of like predicting that is probably similar to predicting limited optics winner, because it's not really a thing. Like the whole 250 million years, probably not really a thing as far as we're concerned. Neither is a limited optics winner. But number 1. Let's go 1 through 3 for limited optics. I will go first. Freaking fly. I am picking KC Eusebio to win the match, assuming he can finish the match.
Hold on. I'm getting to where I can record these.
All right. Why don't you just do all 3? In the interest of letting Jeff pull up his notepad.
Well, because I didn't know who I was going after that. Because I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally sure who all's shooting limited optics. Because
I can give you the names to think about. There, Garen Singleton, Matt Hempel, Max Leograndis, Andrew Hyder, Tom Castro.
Garen Singleton just posted today that he's shooting revolver at this match.
Oh, he is actually shooting revolver?
Look, he posted video, I believe, of a stage at a local match and said he was looking forward to shooting revolver at Handgun Nationals. So maybe that's a spoof.
Him. Never mind. No, never mind. Good for him. Okay. Pull him out.
Okay, so
shorter.
Give me that list again. I got KC, Andrew Hyder,
Max Leograndis,
Max,
Tom Castro, I think Matt Hempel.
Okay. Why would Max Michel not shoot this?
Standards, morals. He had a barbecue that afternoon. I don't know.
That's fair.
All good options.
Okay. I'm going to go KC in first. I'm going to go Max Leograndis in third.
Max Leo. Okay.
And
KC Max.
Man, I don't know. I got to think about second. I'm sorry.
What did Tyler say?
Let's go Andrew Hyder in second. I'll just do that. I have no idea if he can shoot a non-compensated gun.
He was 90% at Carry Optics Nationals with a gun he got that morning.
Okay.
And this will be the same gun he shoots in open, only it won't be his open gun.
Who is this? Andrew?
Andrew Hyder. Look, I'll stick with that. I don't really know. It's kind of funny. LO has basically overtaken or is almost tied for first. I don't know if it's overtaken first place.
At this recording, it's in second by 2 shooters.
Yeah. Okay, so it's probably going to end up with the most people, but there's not. But it's pretty shallow, actually. Like, there's not a lot of heat in it. No offense to anybody shooting LO, but there's not a lot of heat in it.
So there's a bunch of open shooters shooting it who I don't even know how to rate how they'll shoot.
Right.
A non-compensated gun. So they might have a great match. People like Gregory Clement or David Lyle. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got, Jeff?
You want me to go? All right.
Me?
I'll go. I really don't know here. I'm gonna pick something different, like just for the sake of picking something different. So I'm actually going to give it to Max. I think Max is gonna win. Then KC. What are some other big names? Which ones am I missing? Hyder.
Castro.
That's it?
Isaac Lockwood, probably, is shooting it.
Lockwood. That's it?
There's no real limited optic super squad, so it's kind of, without finding the entire list, it's hard to know exactly.
What kind of
shooting
nerd
it.
would have just Control F their whole way through the list and looked at all 147 names?
I mean,
yeah.
I'll do it.
I don't know what kind of crazy person would do that. Tater's waiting because he's probably got some hitters that he's holding back.
No, I really don't. I mean, I think it's the same sort of people we're talking about. I mean, I think it's Casey's to lose based on his limited optics matches earlier this year. We've seen him shoot limited optics and almost keep pace with open shooters.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to bet against that. And Max Leograndis just shot a 16-stage major in limited optics. I think came fourth overall this last weekend.
Red Rock Rumble
in Utah.
Challenging stages look like too.
Yeah, so if he can do that, and he basically was hanging with PCC and Open, shooting a limited optics gun, we know he can shoot. So it's kind of hard not to have those two guys there. And I mean, Andrew Hyder's pretty proven dot shooter, and Tom Castro has good matches and has had good matches at this Ohio range. So that's kind of where my thinking is.
So who you got in third, Jeff?
I was gonna pick Hyder, but I was running through the list real quick to see if I saw any names that stuck out.
All right, Tater, who you got for first?
Casey.
Makes sense. So you got Max in second.
I do.
Okay, and third place, who you got?
I have Castro coming in.
Castro. Okay.
Okay. So Max and then Castro.
And then we also got picks from Tyler Turner. He couldn't make it tonight, which is a bummer. I'm not real happy with him for, blowing us off like that. But he had, if I remember right, Casey Eusebio in first, Max in second.
Yeah.
And Hyder in third.
Yep. What do you expect, man? What do you expect from a horticulture bro?
Not a lot.
I looked through all the limited optics names that are unclassified, and no names stuck out to me. So I will stand with my first draft. Max, Casey, Hyder.
So basically, all four of us have Casey, Max, and Hyder in some order in the top three, except
Castro.
Can you let me finish before you interrupt me? Good grief. Except for Tater, who had Castro in third. That is the only change in the top three names. Golly, Jeff.
Matt Hempel.
Nobody picked him. You can pick him if you want, but nobody else did.
You got Matt Hempel and Rob Epifania.
Solid shooters.
I think Hempel has a chance to be right up top there. I think Rob's still learning how to shoot a dot in competition, just based on recent results shooting carry optic. He's probably still using it like a front sight.
Troy McManus.
You got Ted Murphy shooting limited optics.
Yes, those are names that are people competing. Okay. Limited. Let's do limited next.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a hard one.
Limited's
I think
pretty.
Johnny's gonna pip Joey Sauerland. You heard it here first. This is Johnny's year.
Yeah, so I mean, so far this year, I mean, Sauerland has won a lot of area matches. Gianni did clip him at Area 3. And, that there was some really challenging shooting at Area 3. So I think kind of close to the level you would expect to see nationals at as far as difficulties. Scott Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Brown was second last year. He was basically one shot away from at least tying Nils on the last stage. He had turned a Delta into a Charlie. I think he would have at least tied Nils. Scott hasn't been super active this year. I haven't seen he shot a few matches, but not a lot of majors. And he just shot Iowa sectional and it looked like he shot pretty well there. Area 3 was not a good match for him. So, but we also saw him do this in carry optics, like the two matches before it. Like he wasn't he didn't shoot great, and then at nationals he had a really solid nationals finish in a gun that he's not familiar with. John Browning, is this the year he can break through? Like, he's seems to always be right there. Let's see who else. Bob Crow. Depending on the matches set up, he's an animal with the limited gun. So I wouldn't count him out. Shane Coley. Look, I think Shane's he's not been the Shane of the past. In last couple of years, he's not been as good as he used to be. So who else? What other names are we missing? Gorka is going to be there.
I mean, it's pretty helpful. I think everyone in the conversation is on the super squad for limited, which is nice. That's not true in all of the divisions this year, but I think it's true in limited.
Yeah,
I looked around a little bit. I didn't see anybody off the squad who I thought would make a real push to win.
Yeah. Jack Brown's shooting it. I expect him to have a good match, but I don't know if I've seen him shoot a major yet this year. So I have no idea.
Nationals?
Did he shoot that?
He did.
Oh, okay. So outside of that, I haven't seen him shoot a match, and maybe he has. I just haven't seen it, so I just don't know. So are we going 1 through 3?
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, you're first this time.
Okay, 1 through 3. I'm gonna go. All right. I mean, we can't really do contingencies, but I'm gonna do. It's just an excuse.
I know how much you love excuses, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say if Scott has his gun issues, ammo issues worked out, but you can't really say that because that's part of the whole package.
It is.
So the real question is, do I have faith that Scott took care of that? All right, I'm gonna go Scott Joey Browning.
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa. Bold. I love it.
Wow. Okay. Joey is not going to get the win.
We'll see.
All right, Tater.
I've got Gianni, Joey, Scott.
Nobody wants.
Oh.
Well,
Nope.
I think Joey's saving it for the perfect year when he wins all the area matches. So he's saving it.
Oh, you think he's going to purposely kind of just slide down into second place?
Shoot a couple of deltas that could have been Charlie's.
I think we know for a fact that's not going to happen. Maybe.
I mean, look.
I think he's the favorite, but I'm trying to make this interesting. And I think it's more interesting if he doesn't win. I'll be honest. Nothing against him. I mean, I do think he's the favorite. Like, if I had to bet money I cared about, which I don't, on the outcome of the limited race, I would put that money on Joey Sauerland to win.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's won more matches in limited. He's been pretty dedicated limited. Shot his limited gun at Open Nationals and still finished with a pretty high percentage there. So, yeah, there's a reason why he's at least second on everybody's list. Look, if my heart's in it, then I want Browning, or if it's really just my heart, I want Bob
Crow.
to win.
If your heart.
Yeah, if it's just my heart, I want Bob Crow to win. If it's a little piece of my heart, I want John Browning to win. Like, I would love to have them both win it. And I think both of them very, very capable. They both need to have really clean matches and not have the mistakes. They have less room for mistakes than somebody like Scott or Joey or even Johnny, I think, have. They got a little bit more room to make a mistake because they got a little more gas. to make up for that, in my opinion. So, man, this is tough. I'm gonna put Bob. I'm gonna go the opposite direction because I'm still thinking about 1 and 2. I'm putting Bob in third.
Okay.
Like I'm biased. I also think he's very capable, but I am biased. I'll put Bob in third. And look, I honestly I'm being biased because of Area 3 because Gianni shot so well at Area 3. That's been a while ago. So there's
impressive. That was an impressive finish because that was a very technical match.
It was. It very much was, and that was a very impressive finish for there. I
would be surprised if this match is as technical in terms of positioning. I think this match will be much more partial and much less technical.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. We could go real crazy. Do we want to go real crazy with this?
I think you want to go real crazy.
It's your prediction, man.
Okay, fine. We'll go Scott in second and Gianni in first.
And Bob in third?
And Bob in third.
Wow. All right. Gianni.
I may not win. I may not win limited from the prediction standpoint.
That's confidence for you. And Tyler, what did Tyler pick?
He had Joey in first.
Yeah, so Tyler picked Sauerland, Gianni, Coley.
I think Coley is a very bold pick in third over a bunch of those people. I'm not sure I would. Obviously, I didn't agree because I didn't put him third, but
I think Coley's been better with the dot than iron sights this year.
Yeah. I would tend to agree with that.
So, I mean, these are interesting predictions for limited.
I think it's fun to have an actual race. I mean, I do think Joey's the favorite, but it's fun to have an actual race. Like, there's some...
Yeah, because I do think either Gianni, Browning, or Scott, they could take the match. I think they could.
Well, yeah, and other than Coley, there is no former national champion shooting limited.
Travis Tomasi.
I'm sorry, Tomasi.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. I will make a bold prediction, maybe not so bold, but I will make a prediction that we will have a new national title holder,
a first-time national champion,
a first-time national champion in limited division this year.
That's exciting.
So that is
it's not going to be Coley or Tomasi.
Yeah.
That I would make my prediction around that. I don't think it'll be Coley or Tomasi. Correct.
Will Coley or Tomasi be in the top 5?
No.
Prop bet.
I say no.
I think Coley will be 6th. Just outside.
I think Coley could be 5th, but if he's not 5th, I don't think either of them will be.
All right, production.
Oh man, this one's hard, and we all know who you're picking, but this one's hard. It's your turn to go first, isn't it, Jeremy?
No, I went first. I went first on limited optics. Tater, you're up.
All right. Here's my bold prediction. I've got I'm going 1, 2, 3, and I've got great defense for my number 1 pick. So I'm picking Mason Lane to win it this year.
Okay.
And the reason why is because he's over at European Handgun Championships right now, and he's been training for that match. And I think if he takes that match home to this match, he will do very, very well. Because I think it'll be a lot of shoot, move, shoot stuff. And
currently really, over there, he's losing to Casey Reid after one day.
By 25 points after one day, or 28 points after one day. I saw that. I would be shocked if that's still the case after 4 days.
Dude.
But yeah.
Casey is a IPSC animal. Like when Casey shoots IPSC, he's really good at he shoots better. His game goes up.
Well, I think Casey is one of the most technically perfect shooters in USPSA. I put Hwansik Kim up there as well too. If you watch like all of the things they do, like they're technically so polished.
Yeah.
So I could see that being more rewarded in IPSC versus sometimes rounding some edges pays off more in USPSA. Anyway, so I'm picking Mason, and that's kind of my heart. But it's also, I think he's going to take home whatever he learned at European Handgun Championship, whether he does well there or not, because they're shooting against Eric in production. Whatever happens there, they're going to take it home, and it's going to inform that match. I'm putting Nils in second, and I'm putting JJ's redemption arc in third.
All right. Okay.
And then the surprise shock finisher in the top 5, I'm putting Brandon Decker.
Decker.
Our prop bet for production is going to be where does Phil finish, just so people know. You can be thinking about that. Jeff, what do you got for production?
Nils, Sal, Mason.
What did Mr. Turner have?
Nils, Mason, Sal.
Where did he put Turner?
Exactly. Right? Like, that's what I'm sitting here thinking, like, Tyler Turner's got to be in the top 3. Like, he's a freaking horticultural animal. I don't know. He just shot a match, and he shot really well.
Yeah, but he did just say he can't wait to go back to shooting a dot. This is his last match in irons, so.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not forever, but for the year.
So for me, like we're looking at, to me, like the names I'm looking at are Nils, Mason, JJ, Sal, and Casey. I think Casey has a good match. Casey could be in the top 3. So those are kind of the names I'm looking at least on the super squad. If there's other ones off of it, then I may miss them, but I'm going to guess most of them are in that. Look, Nils is the best iron-sighted shooter that we have in our sport. It's not close. Go back and look at where he finished at Area 3 shooting a production gun versus all the other iron sight shooters, and it's a little bit scary. So yeah, a little bit. So yeah, I'm picking Nils to win. Man, I don't want to agree with freaking Jeff.
Then throw Casey in there. Do it. Go for it. Give the man from Federal his due.
I'm going to go Sal in second. I'm going to do that. Look, I'm sorry, JJ has. I can't even consider JJ. Like I'm sorry. Maybe he'll come back and do something well, but I can't even consider JJ after his performances or lack of finishing ability to finish matches this year. Like I just assume something's going to happen there. So that's not happening. So to me, it's down to Mason or Casey Reid. Like, is fatigue an issue? Because they're like this is a long trip, a big trip. Like you're going to turn around, ride around, and then go shoot Iron Sight Nationals. Yes, it's Iron Sight Nationals. Man, I don't know. They're both dealing with that same level of fatigue. So I'm going to go Casey. Casey Reid, my boy.
Casey.
He's got a great last name.
Hey. Yeah, right.
Well, even if he's got a weird spelling note.
Yeah, he spells it wrong, but he's a northerner.
So caveat to this, it doesn't really change top 3 predictions, I don't think, but actually in Arkansas, I shot with Austin Hull. The production, 17 years old. I think last year he finished 14th last year. So at 16, he finished 14th.
Yeah, he's a really solid shooter.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Like he's still got some stuff to clean up as far as being consistent, but But when it comes to just ability, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So if he's able to stick with it, like we say with junior shooters, if they're able to stick with it into their 20s, we could be seeing a lot from him, I think. And he's on the Super Squad this year, so he's shooting with the Super Squad guys for the first time.
Yeah, that should be really, really good to watch. All right, prop bet, Phil. Where y'all got Phil? Phil, he's shooting production.
7th.
Okay.
That just
I think that's
right.
I think that's pretty fair. What percent? Seventh and percentage.
Percentage. Yeah, I was about to say, give us a percentage.
Seventh and percentage.
Oh, jeez. I'm not good at percentages. I don't even know what he normally shoots.
That's all right.
7th at 89%.
Okay. That seems doable for him. That means you think that only the top 6 or less will be within 10% of the winner. Which, if it's nils, that's not in any way out of the ordinary. Let's see. I'll put Phil at 6th. I think he's going to have a fantastic match, and he's going to finish at 92%.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, that's a big
I'm
match
going to go the other
Phil.
way, and I'm going to say 14th on 84%.
Oh, okay. I love it. Jeff did not ask this of Tyler ahead of time, so Tyler doesn't have his prop bet in. Maybe, Jeff, you can
Tyler's
message him
going to
and
say
see.
4 places behind Tyler Turner.
Oh, yeah, we could guess where Tyler Turner's going to finish, too. Where is Tyler Turner going to finish?
Tyler's going to finish above 90%. But I don't know where.
I just put Phil at 6, but I hadn't thought about where that would end up kind of pushing Tyler into. I'll put Tyler at 5th. I'll say he's going to finish 5th.
5th?
Yeah, he's going to have a good match. That means I'm pretty much thinking that JJ's going to have a mega blow up, or just his gun's not going to be legal, or he won't make chrono or something like that. That always happens.
Right.
Put 12 rounds in the mag. Or...
Mm-hmm.
Potato.
Man, we were all cold on Brian Giovannini, huh?
Yeah.
Are we on to Revolver?
No, you gotta do Tyler. Did you say where Tyler was gonna finish?
I said over 90. I don't know how the places are going to shake out, but I'm going to say over 90, and I'm going to suspect that that's only going to be 5 or 6 people if the top end really has a top end match. I think they're going to keep most of the field.
You can't hedge your bet. Give a place. You said 90%, and what's his place going to be?
6th.
Damn.
Okay.
6th.
So, Tyler, we're expecting big things, by the way.
Right after Brennan Decker, sorry.
I'm putting Tyler at 8th.
Where are you putting Sal? You must be putting him 4th.
I'm putting Saul 4th.
And then Casey Reed's got to be like 10th.
No, I'm Casey Reid would be 7th.
Oh. Where's JJ?
Tyler,
you have JJ in 3rd.
Tyler
JJ,
said Phil
JJ
finishes 9th at 87%.
9th at 87. Wow. Jeff does not have much confidence in you, Tyler. He thinks you're going to get smashed.
No, he's talking about Phil.
Yeah, that's what Tyler said Phil would finish.
Oh, that's what Tyler said Phil would finish. Okay.
Yeah.
Finally got that.
You got the fly?
Man, I made contact and I launched him across the room, but I think he's making a comeback, and I can't where he's landed, I can't like get a hand on him to smash him. Lighter.
All right, what are we
And
doing?
some fire.
Revo or single stack?
Single stack.
Okay. Let's well, first let me get Tyler's in there. So Tyler for single stack pick Vlieger, Elias, and Seeklander.
Okay.
Is Seeklander shooting it?
He is shooting with staff.
Shooting on staff day.
A staff day top 3 finish. That would be historic.
Seeklander's done that before.
In single stack?
Yep.
All right, never mind. Was that 2020?
Potato.
I think it was 2019.
Okay.
It was in St. George. Maybe it's 2018, maybe.
So I'm not gonna play the single stack game, but I will privately message anyone who wants my picks.
What?
No, you have to give. You have
I
to
just
give
can't
picks.
do it. I can't.
You have
do
to give
it.
picks. Why can you not give? Why can you not do it?
Do it.
I will message anyone who wants them. Find me on the Discord if you're not a member of the Discord.
Look,
Pay the
this is
Patreon
about
money,
to
I'll
be-
give you my picks.
It's about to be a thing. Look, this might be the last episode Tater's on. He may not get to come on another episode after this. We need picks. That's what this is for. So you're gonna have to be thinking
I
about
can
it.
give you the list of names, but I can't put them in order.
You can put. Well, okay. Let's get your list of names then.
Elias, Vlieger, Jeffrey Cawthon, I believe it's
Got it.
pronounced.
That's the top 3 right there.
Cawthon.
No, Cawthorn. No, I had a fourth. It's on my piece of paper downstairs, but I had another name in there.
Look, that's a solid top 3. I like that top 3.
That's
I want it for you, Jeremy. I do. I want it
Look.
for you. And I want to be wrong, and you blow Jeff out of the water. That'll be the best storyline ever. I just don't believe it yet. It's been a
Look,
few
I'm
years.
not worried about it. I'm not worried about that. That's no big deal. Jeff
I'm worried
is
about
shooting.
it for you.
Jeff is shooting well. I think having him in the top 3 is very, very viable.
I think he has a really good chance of. We'll see after day one.
If he shoots at all the targets, he has a good chance of having a good match. If he shoots at all the targets, that's a challenge at this point.
It helps for sure.
Also, he won't be able to use his 10-round major mags.
Nope, can't use those. So okay, well we'll talk about that later. So yeah, we've got Elias. Elias has shot honestly more than I've seen him shoot in recent years, and has put in some really, really salty performances this year. Vlieger we haven't actually seen him shoot single stack yet this year, but I mean he just came second at Open. He was very competitive at CO. Wasn't he like leading CO after 2 days? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, or after one day.
Yeah.
Mills
So I mean,
and
like
Seiler were tied in first after 2 days.
that's you're right. You're right. But so
Last
I mean, like
year he was leading after 2 days in CO.
yeah. So I mean, like Vlieger is shooting really well. He's proven in the past that he can shoot iron sights well. Rob Latham, like we've counted him out before, and he's still Rob Latham. Like he still shoots really, really well. And yeah, you have Jeff in there as well. Seeklander, coming in he has had really good nationals before. John McClain he was third 2 years ago, so he's certainly very capable of having a really solid match.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably. I guess it's my turn to go first. You know what? I'm gonna give it to. Look, Elias has shot really well this year, and it's gonna be tough to pick against Elias. I think he probably wants it as much or more than anybody does right now. Which does that help or hurt him? Who knows? But he seems to be putting a lot of effort in. So I'll give it to Elias to win, and Vlieger, I'll put Vlieger in second. Honestly, like if I was going to pick somebody else for first, I would pick Vlieger. So for me, it's between the two of them. And third place. This one's the tough one for me. I'm not considering my name for this. Honestly, I wouldn't put my name in this anyway. Like I'm just not going to do that because that's just weird to me. I'll put Jeff.
You'd have a lot of cachet if you put your name in there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of lame and poor taste. I will put Jeff in third place to get another third place trophy. Let's put some more pressure on Jeff and see how he handles that.
Yeah, but what you just did is you just made it so Jeff's not allowed to pick himself.
Oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't care what my opinion is. He don't care what my opinion is. That's perfectly fine.
All right, so here's how I'm going to do it, because I don't want to put my name in the top 3. So at the bottom here, I'm actually going to say that I'm going to finish first. But then I'm going to pick my top 3 excluding myself.
That is the dumbest and lamest, like, psycho, like, I'm trying to be, like, self-positive, but I don't want to seem like a douchebag. No, okay, so Jeff puts himself at first. Jeff put himself at first. Who's second and third?
So you only get 2 more names. You only get 2 more names. You don't get 3.
You got 2 more names.
No, that's not what I'm doing.
You've already said it. Like, it's done. So who's next?
Okay, I think this is a tough one. But I really want to go Vlieger.
Okay.
Like, I kind of want to go Latham, but...
So you're putting Latham in third, and Elias is out of the top 3?
No, I said Elias was first.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You said you were first.
I said I'm going to finish first, but then my top 3 is going to be Elias.
Yeah, but you only get 2 after... So the way a top 3 works is there's
Vlieger,
3.
And then...
Nope, so then you're done. So it's
You're done.
Elias, Vlieger.
You have picked your top 3. Potato, who did you have? You had Elias?
I had Elias, Vlieger, Cawthon.
Vlieger. Oh, you had the exact same list I did.
Yeah, you guys picked the same.
I kind of want to change mine and put Latham at third. I actually kind of do think Latham will finish in the top 3 some way, somehow. But it's already said. It's already done.
Okay.
Got it done. Revolver, are we just going to pick one winner?
And Jay Slater after Poggi, because Jay Slater will be second this year.
Who is Jay Slater?
He's a very good revolver shooter.
That's an oxymoron, right?
Like
I said he's a very good revolver shooter.
Has he had a recent come up?
He was 9th last year, but he puts in a lot of work.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how many hungry revolver shooters there are at this point. I mean, none of these top revolver shooters even shoot USPSA.
No.
This will be Poggi's second match and his first match in revolver this year in USPSA.
Yeah, he doesn't.
2 matches last year. He shot 1 in Open and Nationals, which he won. Like, these guys don't play USPSA.
No, there's...
Jay Slater does, so that's why he's in second.
And then apparently you have Garen Singleton. Can he come in,
No,
come in there?
you haven't learned how to load a revolver on the clock. You're not competitive in a revolver.
It's true. Yeah. I'd go Poggi, Rich Wolf, and it's a toss-up for 3. We'll put James McGinty. He's very capable. He could have a good match.
Ruger would like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be happy with that.
That's what...
I thought he would shoot single stack this year, honestly.
Usually if it's revolver and single stack at the same time, he'll usually pick up revolver.
I thought him and Olhasa would split.
Nope.
People forget it, but David Olhasso is a national champion.
He is. That is very true. He is. All right. What else we got going on? Limited
Jeff
10.
shot
But
Arkansas and limited.
Jeff
It's not
shot
limited
Arkansas.
10. It's not being competed. It's not being recognized. There's not 10 shooters. It doesn't exist.
That's seems fair and true. Jeff shot Arkansas. Kind of a last minute deal. Went and shot pretty much all one day, right? You competed in limited with your single stack gun, but did you load 8 rounds or 10 rounds?
Just 8.
Okay, you shot 8 rounds the whole time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And first stage was rough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough. I had a gun malfunction, and it was stupid. Like, I shot my old gun because I was thinking it was more reliable, but I had actually forgotten that at the recent club match I shot, I went to show clear, and it didn't pull the round out of the chamber, and it left it in there. And anyway, thankfully my RO caught it. He was like, "Yeah, you're not clear." And so I was like, "Oh," so I like shook it out, and then I forgot about that, and the gun shot fine the rest of that day. But then I went to this match, and first stage, failure to eject. And then me clearing that turned it into a double feed, and anyway, it cost me about 8 or 9 seconds, something like that, to clear all that.
And 2 mics.
Yeah, well, that was the thing, is I was on like an 8-round array, which I had already started engaging, and then I had the malfunction, and when I finished it, I came up, and I couldn't remember what I'd shot, and so 2 mic. So
but no FTSA.
No, they all had at least 1 hole in them.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you actually did shoot him. You shot the actual misses. It wasn't a forgotten target miss.
I think I engaged 1 target with 1 shot, and then I had the malfunction, and then I went back, and on the second target, I hit it and missed it, and then shot the rest of them. So I think one of them was I didn't engage it twice, and one of them was an actual. It was probably my first shot when I came up. I was freaking flustered and probably jerked it off, So
that's how you started. That's not a very Jeff start.
I know. Yeah. So that's how it started. It got better the rest of the day. I mean, I still had some mistakes, but I actually shot progressively better throughout the day. And like my last 2 stages were awesome. They were movers. I won all the stages with movers, which is really strange because I can't train movers. But yeah, I shot good. There was with like short stages, like 10 to 18 round stages. It's really tough to hang with the limited guys on like those super short ones where they can just gun up and no load and just rip through a short and medium stage real quick. So some of those I couldn't hang with them, but overall, other than the stupid mistake at the beginning, which I should have avoided by paying attention, it wasn't terrible. So the problem is, and I spoke of this morning in the Discord, is that I'm expecting big things of myself at Nationals, yet I haven't delivered big things pretty much all year. So we've got this wonderful case of unrealistic expectations, but I still think I can make a showing. They're real unrealistic expectations. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I wish that I was going into Nationals with a couple of home runs under my belt, and I'm not.
So are you measuring home runs by matches or by stages?
Matches.
So Okay.
Yeah, a home run would be I shot a match like in a focused manner and shot it in a way that I would be pretty happy with. And my last 2 matches I've had like catastrophic errors. So, yeah.
So do you have to go back to Area 3 for a match
No,
where that
it
had
was
catastrophic
definitely
errors?
Yeah, it was catastrophe at Area 3. Yeah.
Well, it's not like you shot 19 deltas
It's true.
in minor.
That's very true.
I mean, that's so, honestly, that makes me feel so good.
There's different levels. There's different levels of catastrophe. Some are all on one stage. Some are just bled through an entire match. So figure out which one makes you feel better or worse about your shooting.
Oh, I mean, the stage catastrophes are way better, right? Like 21 stage match, like who cares? Like everyone you were competing with will have a couple of stages, right? When you're bleeding on every stage, that hurts.
It's
when
a little painful.
When you're 10-15% underneath your own level, stage after stage after stage, it's like that's soul destroying.
Yeah.
It's painful.
8-second death jam. And then, like, a forgotten target. It's like you have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if I can squeak through nationals and have nothing huge, I guess I could forget one target. I'll give myself one target.
One target to forget.
You're giving the field a free 40 points.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard it here. Jeff is predicting himself to win. And he's spotting the entire field 40 points. That's confidence.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like Steve Anderson, I don't think he's gonna be able to teach classes anymore because Jeff's gonna start teaching classes on mental game. And
just tell everyone how many mistakes you'll spot them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fantastic.
But I am shooting really good, other than the big mental errors, like the actual shooting. I've gotten quite a bit better at some of the stuff that we talked about after Area 4, where Potato brought up shooting steel sooner and therefore being quicker on steel. I've been working on that. I think I've made some big improvements on that, and I think they were very apparent at Arkansas. It was a few stages.
How is the sight lifting out of the notch perfectly? Were you able to focus on that again or no?
It wasn't something that I felt like I needed to pay attention to. Basically, I'm going to pay attention to that if I'm not shooting good points.
Okay, so it's like the points fall off, you're like, all right, back to sight and notch. And if the points are there, then focus on something else.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I didn't ever think about that at this match. Honestly, I thought about my vision a couple different times, just trying to be quick from target to target and focusing on moving my eyes from like just looking at the targets. And that was the other thing that I've been doing better now than I was at the beginning of the year, is just faster transitions on close and medium targets. Just like almost as fast as I can pull the trigger, which is not fast, but it is a fast transition. So, yeah, I'm doing that a lot better, shooting steel a lot better. I just got to eliminate those big mental errors that I keep making. So, that's where we're at.
You did have to probably drive yourself to Arkansas.
I did. And I did drink the night before, and I stayed up pretty late. So, there's that.
We can make that happen, but the driving.
Did you at least see Bill?
I did not see Bill.
What?
We shot a 10-stage match and finished at like 2:00, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
So I was.
Was it staff reset?
No, we had traveling ROs.
You guys were just flying.
Mm-hmm. And we stopped for lunch. We took a break for lunch too. But I was home by 8:00 with a 5-hour drive. Yeah, it's nuts.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. but pretty solid. Arkansas was good, educational. It's not the result that I wanted. I wanted to absolutely crush it, the whole thing, but to be honest, I did not give it the attention to yield that result. Yeah, that was, and I think
so
that's
your bad first stage sort of woke you up a little bit, or?
I mean, just the whole prep for the match. Like generally, like pretty much the whole week leading to a match, like I'm prepping, checking equipment, checking ammo, being super prepared. And this was like, I took off work at like noon on Thursday, ran home, threw everything in a bag, and drove to Arkansas. So it was just very little, like I wasn't mentally in it as much as I like to be. So I can make all.
How ramped up are you right now, Jeremy?
How ramped up am I?
Yeah, training wise.
Not like I haven't been able to shoot as much as I would like to in the last few weeks, and that's unfortunately that trend is kind of bleeding over into this week too. This week was supposed to be kind of a heavy week. Like I didn't get to the range today. Got a little bit of dry fire, but didn't get to the range at all. But honestly, like I'm really trying to. I'm not trying to like peak for this match. Like that's not my goal. Like it's simply like this match is in the middle of the progression of I've seen good progression since Area 3, since after Area 3. I had a solid match at Utah. Like the shooting was well. I had some gun handling stuff that cost me pretty easy 10 seconds of that match. So I've ramped up my dry fire, which in all honesty, I had not done a whole lot of dry fire this year. Like it was unbelievably, I don't know, something about doing it for a decade. It was just been unbelievably boring for me this year. And I just was struggling to make myself dry fire. So I have ramped that up. Those dry fire mags gave me something. It looks like I have Tourette's because of the stinking fly. I'm sorry. But those dry fire mags I thought were cool, and they were cool for like a week, and then they all broke. So I'm now since like trying to do other stuff, like I'm welding up old mags that are cracked, and then they weld them up, and like they won't fall free, but they're fairly durable. And then now you have mags that like you drop them and rounds are falling out, so you're chasing rounds all the time. It's why I dry fire with dropping lots of mags frustrates me. But I am seeing improvement with that. So I think my gun handling should be a little bit cleaner for this match. And yeah, the shooting's going to be what it is. I hope that it's better. I feel like I have a decent focus on it, and I'm trying to not like, I'm just trying to accept that, hey, the progression's going to be what it is, and just kind of lean into the progress side of it. Like that's kind of what I tend to do when I play golf, and I play better like that. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So we'll see.
You got two things going on. This isn't like the big finale of your season. This is just like another waypoint on Jeremy's path. So that's thing one. And then thing two, you're gonna rage.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the rage.
So this is a thing. So, I went and shot the other day and my kid, my 4-year-old, came down to the range with me. It's the first time really he's come down like while I was shooting, and I just made sure he had eyes and ears on, and he kind of just chilled around. But it was like it was kind of a frustrating session, but it's like I really want to get mad and yell and do stuff like that, but I don't want to scare my 4-year-old, or also teach him that he should yell and get mad when he's not happy with himself. A whole lot, so I couldn't quite rage out. And then sometimes like there's other people on the range, and you don't want to scare them because you don't want to be, who is this psychopath that's over here shooting guns and yelling and screaming and that sort of stuff. So sometimes I can do that, but like it still helps focus me. So like I'm still planning on trying to use that, like especially like first couple stages. It's almost like artificially ramp yourself up. And like that seems to help for me. That this isn't super tested theory, but when I just get nervous and I'm trying to be calm, then I just have real jittery nerves. Well, if I ramp myself up and can kind of like get a little angry or mad or just amped up, like amped up, kind of like let's go type deal, then I at least have something to overpower that nervousness. And I still have some sort of energy at that point to grip the gun hard and mentally try to fight through those nerves. So we'll see. That's what I'm hoping to do. And yeah, I feel like the progression is there. I have no idea what the performance will look like. So I'm just kind of, we'll just let it be whatever it is. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you'll care once you're there and it's happened, but
yeah,
why waste all that care now?
Yeah.
When you've got a thing to experiment with.
Yep.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, anyone who isn't Jeff Cawthon picking themselves first with 40 points to spare probably would benefit from that kind of approach. You guys can at least appreciate this. It's such a stupid story, but I did have a single stack major moment where I had a light strike on a stage over the weekend. There was essentially 3 8-round arrays. So I had a light strike on the first array.
Uh-huh.
And, right? But I didn't mentally process that then that was going to be a problem between array 2 and 3 again.
Uh-huh.
Right? So it's like, shoot to empty. Oh, no, it's empty. Finish that array. Oh, no, it's empty.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man. It's like, I probably would have been better off the moment that happened. I had to shuck one out, just doing a second load, just so I could carry that Barney through the rest of the stage.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude,
no, I don't think you'd have been better off. You just got to get used to it.
In stages, if there's like a 9-round array, I will plan in, like, if I have 1 makeup, I immediately reload. It's like I'll be shooting that array. If I miss a piece of steel, just reload right there. I wouldn't even finish shooting the array before I reload.
Is that because you don't want to get bumped to open because you have too many rounds in your mag?
Yeah.
But it was just pretty funny because it's like I shot to empty 3 times in the same stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not at all abnormal to basically shoot a whole stage and you have like 1 makeup for a 32-round stage.
Carrying it, and you're like, yeah. I've also had this now in field courses where I'm carrying that 1 round makeup, and I watch my gun pull off the delta, and I know, right? It's like a 12-yard target. At the moment of ignition, that's a delta. It's like, we're leaving it.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got steel coming up or something, and
all right, It's on paper. We're good. I feel really bad about that shot, but I did it. Nothing I can do. So I'm looking forward to bringing that back to high cap divisions, and I think it rewards a kind of discipline that it's easy to get lazy with in high cap, and I think the people who really excel at high cap also have that discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. There's that, and then there's also the challenge of, like, because of that, doesn't mean you get to shoot conservative shooting low cap. You still got to go full bore, right?
Yeah, still being really, really aggressive, within the reason of my relatively very low ceiling with this particular gun. But it's like, I've got to be very aggressive. But I make a mistake, if there's a hole in paper, I am done.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting any makeups.
Nope.
On paper.
Nope. Okay, moose hunt. Coming up, what gun are you taking? What are you going to take this moose down with?
Well, I've got Viking coming up from Tennessee. He's going to
Okay, so he can carry 20 pounds. Okay.
No, that man deadlifts, so he's going to carry everything. He's hauling the moose out. I'm going to be management.
Dude, one leg is going to be dragging on the ground. He can't even get it off the ground.
Honestly, we'll quarter it in situ and pack out the quarters.
Yeah, but he can't like a whole quarter's taller than he is. How's he going to hold it up?
This is true. So we have classic moose hunting calibers, 458 SOCOM.
Okay.
And I'm going to shoot a copper solid out of that. and then I've got a copper solids out of a 308. 165 grain copper solid out of a 308. So really prioritizing penetration over expansion. You want something that can punch through a lot of muscle and bone and just keep going.
Right,
and
so
those
you're
are both sort of proven big game rounds.
Yeah.
We don't have long shots. It's not like elk or mule or deer or anything. You're talking 20 to maybe 150 yards.
Yeah. You're not. This ain't Western.
No,
big game.
You're walking up on something in a swamp.
Yeah. Have you done any scouting?
Not enough.
So, like, I
did some super early season scouting where it doesn't even matter because the moose aren't there yet because they change right at this time of year as the rut starts.
Yep.
Everything about what you saw a month ago is irrelevant.
So it's a rut hunt for you guys.
It is. We'll be right at the end of it.
Okay. Do you have like hopes and dreams of like how many inches?
I have zero. Honestly, I want a freezer full of moose meat. I want to be giving away moose meat to people for the next year and not buying any meat that didn't come out of the freezer for 16 months. Antler
or antlerless?
Only antlered. And I'm in a zone that's a few thousand square miles with a couple thousand people in the entire area. And there are 125 tags for that area.
Okay.
So there'll probably be, most people hunt in groups of 4 or 5 for moose. You have 2 actual guns that can go off, but people typically have a larger party. So there'll be 500 people out in that district, but you could go days without seeing anybody. It's all timber land. It's all private timber land. It's no public land.
Oh, okay.
But there's also no houses, so it's just managed forest land.
Can you give us a moose call?
Everything is a moose call during the rut. You make any. You do whatever you want, and they're going to come and investigate.
Okay, but I want to hear like you're like legit. Like I'm going to try to make a moose call. Let's hear it.
I don't have it. I don't have it in me.
Oh, come on. I think I can even make one.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to wake up my kids.
Oh, they're fine. They're fine. It'll just be in their dreams. They won't know us. Like, that sounds like a moose, right? That's a moose.
That's pretty legitimate.
Yeah. That's a moose right there. I don't even hunt moose.
So yeah, I've got a winch. So I've got to come along. A 4,000 pound rated come along, and I'll use that to drag it to a better spot. We'll quarter it where it is. The trick to moose, supposedly, I don't know, I've never dressed a moose, but is you basically make a blanket out of the skin, so you have a working area, and then just quarter them there. And I'll bring a bone saw and do what I can with the ribs. And by law, I've got to bring the head out, but I don't have to. I can do it the gutless method, basically, versus for deer, I've always dressed them.
You almost have to on a moose.
Well, there's guys who drag the whole thing out, but they have 4-wheelers and
yeah, that's.
We're doing that on the cheap.
You have a Viking, is what you have. A miniature Viking.
He's a full-size Viking. Like history has lied to us. He's standard issue.
I feel like Henning Wahlgren is a full-size Viking, and this Viking
he's
is
a full-size troll.
Well,
Henning is a full-size troll. Like if he was under the bridge, you would be scared.
Yes,
goes across it too.
Yes, and then you realize he's vegetarian. It's like, oh well, maybe he's not so scary.
Single stack.
He is shooting single stack.
What's he finishing at? There you go. Last prop bet.
He
was 85% at Open Nationals.
I'll put him at. I just said 88. I'll give him. I'll say 88%. It could be higher. It could be lower.
Yeah, I'll give him 90%. Maybe 91.
90%. Okay. Oh, and last, I got to ask you guys this just to make you feel better about yourselves before you go to bed. What percentage will the single stack winner be of the production winner?
Well, okay, so like this is fascinating because
and will the limited winner beat the production winner?
Yeah.
So this is fascinating because at Area 1, Nils shot production and Elias shot single stack, and Elias actually beat Nils there. So for those of us who picked Elias, like there's a really good chance that he could be very, very close to the winner in production. In Jeff's list at Area 3, Jeff shot single stack and Nils shot production. And I think there was about a 20% gap.
Less than that. So if you went in the overall, it was like 14. But if you just
14.
merged production and single stack, it was 14.
Okay, so there's a 14% gap. Maybe I was 20%, but I was probably 20% back. So there was a 14% gap there.
I can see how you get you and Jeff confused, though.
Yeah. So like it depends on what kind of math you want to use for that. Who's going to win single stack might determine how you think that's going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you'll be staying with Nils, so let him know that he gets a free 40 points out of you, Jeff.
I think that Nils, again, I picked Nils to win production. So the production to limited, Nils would have been second limited at Area 3 if I'm remembering. This is totally off my memory. I think he was just behind Gianni, like a couple points at Area 3. That was Nils shooting production, Gianni shooting major with twice as many rounds. So I think we're going to more likely to see that version of Nils, personally, is what I think. And I think there was a different version at Area 1. You're saying he's going to be within 5% of the limited winner, basically? Yeah, I think so. And I say single stack winner will. If single stack winner's within 5% of that, then they will have shot a really good match, I think. Yeah, because that would be 10. Yeah. Okay. 10% back of limited.
Yeah, I think the single stack winner will be 6 or 7% behind the production winner. And I think the limited winner will be over production. A smaller gap than that. I think it'll be, I don't know, maybe 3% or something.
All right. If you guys have any questions, please send them to us. Like, comment, and subscribe. This episode we forgot our shout out. We were busy. Was sponsored by Shooters Connection. Big thank you to them. We really appreciate that. As all our episodes have been, they've enabled us to do video that's coming out fairly soon. We don't know yet, but that video is coming out soon, so be looking for that. Also, a shout out from Billy McScrublord. Shout out to the Seattle I-5 Union Street exit for baiting moron drivers into crashing. So it's good quality shout out.
Solid.
We should say that he did also pick John Hedlund for third in every division.
He did pick John Hedlund to do quite well at this match. Have an exceptional nationals.
He also picked us for 1 and 2 in single stack. So,
big time.
Me 1, of course.
Well, of course, yeah. That just makes sense.
Yeah. That's with the freebie.
Right. Just with the free. Yeah, I'm injured is why he picked you first. Is what he says.
Yeah,
so that very much makes sense. So, but yes, we appreciate you guys listening. Anybody that's shooting nationals, I hope y'all have a really good match and come talk to us. Happy to talk to anybody, and stay safe.
Peace.